This was supposed to be simple. Remove the carpet, grind the glue, pour the metallic epoxy, and seal it with urethane. But it didn't really work out that way. We weren't able to get all of the carpet off the floor, so we spent about a week grinding glue mixed with some of the carpet backing. But we also found that a lot of the floor had been skim coated with a concrete patch, so we had to grind through that too. It was somewhere around that time that I met with the owners to finalize their color selection. They wanted a very subtle design, so I made them a few samples in our basement with 2 shades of gray blended together. But when we were making the samples, we poured 3 colors of the extra epoxy on a different sample board. We mixed them together and we kind of set that off to the side because I didn't think they were going to be interested in it. When they came in the basement, I showed them the subtle samples that they requested, but one of them looked across the room and said, "I like that one." I know I said this was supposed to be simple, but now we're doing a 3-color metallic epoxy floor, and on top of that, once we ground through the glue, we found the floor of the old butcher shop at the grocery store that used to be in this building, and that floor had sloped to 2 separate drains where the floor was 2 inches low in some spots. So now we realize we're going to have to pour a self-leveling overlay to level the floor out. Before we do that, we're going to shot blast the floor first to get all of the glue out of the grout lines. I always use a moisture vapor barrier on metallic epoxy, so it made sense to start this overlay off with a moisture barrier too, instead of using a more typical bonding agent. Then once we put the moisture barrier down, we threw the sand into the epoxy so that the floor would be rough, which gives the self-leveling overlay something to bond to. The problem with self-leveling overlays is you only get about 15 square feet per bag, and you get even less than that when you're pouring it really thick, like in this case we're going to be 2 inches in some areas. So we had to get 2 full pallets of self-leveling overlay, and we had to deliver it to our shop, and we're taking it over to the church where we're doing this for. What are y'all doing out here?
Load.
How many is that?
30. 30 plus 2, 32. Hey!
You need me to help? Who put so much on here? We put a few pins in the middle of the floor just so we can make sure that we're going to pour this level with the rest of the floor. We used to really struggle pouring self-leveling overlays. Like I said, they only go about 15 feet per bag, but we're going to use even more than that when it's 2 inches thick in some areas. So you have to be able to mix a lot of bags really quickly. And we used to try to do this one at a time with the drill, but the Colmix Lev Mix makes this a lot easier because we can do 3 at a time. We just add 3 bags, we add water, and we mix it for about 3 minutes. Then we roll the entire mixer over to where the tile was, and we're just going to pour it out on the floor. Troy moves the material around with a gauge rake, and then we run a spike roller through it, and that's going to help get the gauge rake lines out, and it's also going to eliminate any bubbles in the mix. We let the overlay cure overnight, then we patched all of the cracks and holes in this entire floor with a thickened vapor barrier epoxy, and we're finally ready to start our metallic floor system. All right, real quick, I just want to let you know that I just released my online metallic epoxy course. You can learn directly from us everything from materials to specific techniques and everything in between. If you want more info about that, you can visit our website at decorativeconcreteschool.com. Like I said earlier, we always use a vapor barrier on a metallic system. We added some gray metallic pigment to this vapor barrier and we poured it on the floor. This particular brand calls for us to apply it at a rate of about 100 square feet per gallon. We're going to let this cure overnight, and we're ready to pour the 3-color metallic floor tomorrow. I kind of made a joke earlier about them picking 3 colors, but I was actually glad that they picked it. Metallic epoxy floors are a unique product because we're actually designing the floor as we pour it out. Everything that happens on the job today is affecting the final look of the product. We're pouring this today at around 45 square feet per gallon, which is really heavy for an epoxy floor. When we pour it on the floor, we're starting to make the design of the floor. We try to pour it in the direction that we want the veins of color to be in the final product. We're using a slow set epoxy, so we mixed about 1/3 of this job and poured it on the floor before we started manipulating it with the roller. Actually, I probably shouldn't call it rolling because we're really just pushing piles of epoxy around, trying to cover the primer without mixing the colors together too much on top. And I love this part of our job, but it's also the most stressful. This is the most expensive part of this entire process, and you really only get one chance to get it right. We let that cure overnight and we come back the next day to apply the urethane top coat. This is the easiest part of the job. You just roll the urethane on. The floor always looks so good before we apply urethane, and this step always seems unnecessary, but we do it to protect the epoxy and provide a good wear surface for our customers. If you want to see a video about a single color metallic epoxy basement and hear a story about how we almost did the wrong color on the whole job, then click this video right here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.